here onwards we have to continue. The CG amplifier can be biased as shown here. One R3 is connected here, and the gate bias is given by a voltage divider consisting of R1 and R2. The resistor R3 lowers the input impedance. Okay, without this R3, what is the input impedance? It is R in. Sorry, R in, and it is 1 upon GM. 1 upon GM of M1. Okay, but once you connect R3, then this 1 upon GM is going to be in is going to affect this resistance because it is coming in parallel. So the input impedance is going to be, R3 parallel 1 upon GM. Now voltage here due to V in, that is the signal, input signal voltage developed or generated by the microphone or any transducer. How much is available here? AC voltage signal. That voltage can be, obtained by using this source resistance Rs and the parallel combination of R3 and input impedance of the amplifier proper. This is amplifier proper. Yeah, this one. Okay, its input impedance is 1 upon GM. So voltage here is we have written yesterday, I think. P. Otherwise, also you can do it here. What is the voltage available here? Vx is what? V in multiplied by what? R3 parallel 1 upon GM 1 of M1 divided by R3 parallel 1 upon GM1 plus what? RS? Is it or not? Voltage available here, small signal voltage developed by this microphone. Ashtipati, what do you say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And gain of this amplifier proper is what? It is GMRD. Yesterday we have discussed. That is V out divided by Vx. V out divided by Vx is the gain of the amplifier. Given by this M1. That is GMRD. We have discussed yesterday. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So writing the V out by V in, which is the AV of this amplifier, can be written like this: Vx by V in into V out by Vx. Putting the values here, okay, you get the Vx by V in as this one. We are putting here, and this V out by Vx is this one. This is the gain of this amplifier. Now, Shashank, could you understand this?
Yes, sir, I have understood it. It is just a voltage divider and then we multiply.
Yeah. So one example is given here, 7.14 from the book and the previous discussion. It can be easily found. We wish to is what you find out. The design the common gate stage of this figure. Certain values are given, like V out by V in is given, that is gain is given. And then RS is 0, R3 is given, 1 upon GM is given. Power budget is 2 milliwatt. VD equals to 1.8 volt. Mu and Cox is given. VTH is given. This VTH is the threshold voltage. Lambda equals to 0. Okay. If you wish to minimize the W by L and the transistor capacitance, then what is the minimum acceptable W by L? This you have to find out. I hope you can do it. Now we'll study the CD stage. Okay, we have finished CD stage. We'll discuss the CD stage. Remember this kind of multiple choice will be there. Question will be given. Its answer will be having W by L equals to some X value will be given for A, for B some value will be given. So this kind of question, if you solve it, then only you'll be able to answer the question. Now CD stage we are going to start. CD stage, common drain stage. In case of BJT we call it emitter follower. Here we call common source follower or common drain stage. It is also called level shifter circuit, right? Because voltage at the gate is almost followed by the output voltage with a little drop. Okay, so that since the DC level of V out is lower than that of V in by VGS, this V in is what? V in equals to VGS plus some ID is going to flow through the transistor ID into RL. Okay, so that's what is written here, that the V out is lower than that of V in by a value of VGS. VGS means voltage between these two. Okay, two node. We say that the follower can serve as level shifter circuit because voltage drop is occurring here. Shift is occurring at the voltage. Now we'll analyze this circuit. Now, if you consider the small signal equivalent circuit, as usual, you have drawn the GM-V1, okay, voltage current source. Then it's RO in parallel with that for CLM. RL is connected to the output. V in you have applied here. So V in here is nothing but V1 plus the voltage across RL, that is V out. Is it understood? So recognize it, RO appears in parallel with RL. See that this circuit, if you draw the small signal one, and if you have a RO here, then this RO is in parallel with RL. Do you understand this?
Yes.
That's what is shown here. So RO and RL is going to be in parallel. That's it shown here in this case. And the resistance over here is written 1 upon GM. Can you understand why it is? See the circuit here. And then a small signal, when we are doing the simplified version of the small signal, what you get here is this one, this diagram V. Why it is 1 upon GM? Can you think of?
Sir, input impedance from gate terminal.
Input impedance, is it that of this circuit? What's the party?
Good morning. Sir, input impedance. Sir, it
What
should be
what is the input impedance tell of this circuit?
Sir, VG by IG.
Bg by Ig, but Ig is
0.
then what is the input impedance?
Yes, sir,
Infinity.
it was wrong.
Hmm?
It's infinite.
Infinite. See, impedance we are talking about, input impedance or output impedance. What impedance it is? It is the, I mean, AC resistance, right? Think of AC resistance, AC input impedance or output impedance. What it should be? Can you think of? See, for AC analysis, all the DC or independent voltage sources to be zeroed. That we have at the beginning of this course, we have of this module we have discussed. Yes or no? So if that is the case, this is zeroed and this is also zeroed. That means what? Gate and drain are tied together. And if a MOSFETs gate and drain tied together, what is this? It is called
Diode connected.
diode connected. If it is diode connected, what is its impedance? A diode connected MOSFET, if you look from here, what is the impedance? Is it not 1 upon its GM parallel its RO? If you ignore RO, then it is 1 upon GM. Is it not? Or we have already discussed and we have proved also. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So Rx here is nothing but 1 upon GM. Now, that is looking from here, from the top, from the drain side. This is the impedance. But here we are writing from this side, gate side. It is same because both are at same, same terminal, isn't it? It is at same terminal. So input impedance is 1 upon GM. And now we can see why these equations are written. He recognizes that RO appears in parallel with RL here. So GMV1 is the current, and that is passing through RO parallel RL, which is obviously equals to V out. Voltage drop across this effective resistance. And V in equals to, as I have written here, V1 plus V out. So now using these two, can we write this or not? AV equals to V out by V in. Can you obtain this value? V out as it is you have written. Let's come here. And here V in you are writing. So V in is nothing but V out plus value of, you see, sorry, V1. Yeah, don't write this. V1 plus GM V1 RO parallel RL. Okay, that thing you put here. Okay, whole thing is nothing but this. So if you take V1 common, so GM, sorry, 1 plus GM into RO parallel RL. Okay, so here also V1 at the denominator also V1, that get cancelled and you get this and this. Is it now understood, Shashank?
Yes, sir.
So that can be further manipulated to get this one. It is not very difficult. Okay, divide numerator and denominator by GM, you get this, divide by this. So this is your AV of this circuit, voltage gain of this circuit source follower. Okay. Now, I think it is well understood. I have explained the things why it is by this diagram, which already discussed. So no more. This is also no more required. Now, a source follower is realized in this diagram A, where M2 serves as a current source. Calculate the voltage gain of the circuit. Here, instead of RL, earlier it was RL, we are using a current source, and we have this thing also we have discussed earlier, say bias voltage, DC bias voltage, and from here if you look, then it offers a resistance of RO. We have discussed or not?
Yes, sir.
Say RX. RX looking from top is, this is a battery voltage, okay, DC bias voltage. A fixed resistance RO will be given by this. So this is what I have shown here, and since the independent current voltage source, this one, both are grounded for AC analysis, so it is going to be diode connected, and hence RO parallel 1/Gm is the resistance by this. Okay, so we can write AV equals to this RO1 parallel RO2. Earlier it was, what is the expression we have got? RO1 parallel, we are just writing here RO2. Okay, RO2 in this expression. If you replace the RL with a transistor like M2, is it understood? This expression AV, concentrate on this. I have drawn so many things to explain previously in the last year, so forget about that. Here also I am showing that the B in, will have the bias voltage here. B in, after B in, maybe one coupling capacitor will be there. So those things are omitted here for simplicity. Okay, those things were not. Voltage divider may be used here to get a bias voltage here. Simple mic voltage. Okay, mic voltage connected here may not be amplified, because this may be, say, 1 millivolt or so. If this get node is not having DC bias voltage greater than its VT, is not going to be on. So all those drawing I have drawn earlier to explain, it is available in the video. Look at those videos. Okay, same thing I have shown here. See proper drawing here. You are tapping the bias voltage for the gate using a voltage divider R1, R2, right? And this mic also may have a resistance, source resistance RS. So completely if you draw, then it will be like this. Anyway, we are simplifying things and discussing. Now, suppose again we have understood with this M2 as RL, okay? And if GM1 equals to 1/40 ohm, RO1, RO2, I mean similar kind of devices, R1 equals to R2 equals to 10K, then what is the voltage gain of this amplifier source follower? Is going to be 0.99, less than unity. We know that source follower always will give very close to the input voltage only. Okay, it's not going to amplify another. Okay, but then why it is used? That is a question. If you don't get amplification, then why at all you are using? Whatever voltage is being generated by the transducer or microphone, it is remaining same, rather it is deteriorated or reduced a bit. As in this example, you see that it is 0.99. Is it understood why 0.99? See, RO1, RO2, parallel RO2 gives you 5K. Okay. See that 10K, 10K is a 5K. So AV equals to 5K divided by 40 ohm. See, GM equals to, GM1 equals to 1 upon 40. So 1 upon GM, this thing is going to be what? It is 40 ohm. So after calculation, you get this value. Shashank, is it understood?
Yes, sir, I have understood this.
Okay. Now, another example, design a source follower to drive a 50 ohm load with a voltage gain of 0.5 and a power budget of 10 milliwatt. Assume mu and C aux equals to 100 microampere per volt square, BTS equals to 0.5 volt, lambda equals to 0, VD equals to 1.8 volt. So the gain we know it is this one. This RL is given as what? 50 ohm. Okay, RL equals to 50 ohm. Okay, so put in this, we can find out the gain, and finally our aim is to design, means it's W by L or aspect ratio you have to find out. Okay, design means design a source polar means we have to find out the W by L of this MOSFET. Other parameter like RL is given, other elements value. Okay, so it can be obtained, W by L can be obtained as 360. It is given here by the author. Okay, is it understood here or should I explain?
So how did we get W by L value?
Yes, here look at that how it is obtained. Gain is given as 0.5, that is AB equals to 0.5, right? RL is given, this RL is given as 50. Yes or no? Then 1 upon GM plus RL.
Yes, sir.
This gives you GM equals to 1 upon 50 ohm.
Yes, sir. In the formula for GM, if we substitute, we'll get W by L.
If you put the value of GM, and before that you have to find out the ID. 2 mu n C aux is given here.
So
W by L you have to find out. ID has to be found out from this power budget. VDD is given, ID equals to power divided by VDD. Power is given as 10
yes.
milliwatt divided by supply voltage 1.8 volt. So divide it, you'll get 5.56 milliampere. That much current is put here to obtain the value of GM. Okay, this is GM. Now, if you put the things, then you will get 360. I have calculated all those things. In the book, author given only these equations. Okay, 7.133, 7.134, and 7.135. Understood? So elaborately, is it understood? Tripathi Agarwal, Harshvardhan Agarwal, are you there? Himanshu Shogra, Prem Prabhat,
Yes,
Ramani.
sir.
Who?
Yes,
Himanshu?
sir.
Are you Himanshu?
Yes, sir, Himanshu.
Himanshu, don't be late. Okay, another 2 lectures are there. Okay, Prem Prabhat is missing still, and
Yes, he couldn't join. He's not at home.
he could not join. Harshvardhan and Himanshu are, Prem Prabhat is absent. Anyway, is it understood, all of you?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes, sir.
Now, let us try to understand its output resistance also. Output resistance, can you think of what it will be the output resistance? See, RL is there, plus if you look here, the resistance is 1 upon GM parallel RO, because this is diode connected, right? Both terminal drain and gate are tied together. So because of same reason, so R out output resistance is this much. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Basically, it is the resistance between output terminal and ground.
Yeah. So R out consists of the resistance seen looking up into the source in parallel with that seen looking down into RL. Hence, with lambda not equals to 0, the R out is equal to this. In summary, the source follower exhibits a very high input impedance and a relatively low output impedance. Okay, high input impedance, low output impedance, thereby providing buffering capability. What is the meaning of that? Tell me, can you tell me? Think up and tell. For small signal analysis, independent sources are AC ground. Hence, the gate and drain of M1 in this figure have been AC grounded. So this is what we have already understood and discussed. Okay. So tell me what is the meaning of buffering capability? Statement
So
is
since
written.
the output resistance is very low, so its gain will be approximately 1. So it will act as buffer.
Means okay, but anything else you can think of?
Sir, it can act as a impedance matching circuit.
It can act as
Impedance matching circuit.
yeah, good. Astipati?
Yes, sir. Impedance matching without power loss.
Without power. Very good. So I think I should not expand. Already understood. Okay. Means to say, suppose I am going to say this is one amplifier, right? This is one amplifier, and another amplifier is here. Another amplifier, and you want to connect its for example its impedance, output impedance, and its input impedance is not same, or one is high, another is low. Suppose it is high, say R out high, I'm writing high, it is high output impedance it is having. Okay, and it is having R in low. So if you directly connect, what will happen? You are going to this amplifier's output voltage V out. So say V out is there. Okay, V out is its V out is not good enough. You want to further amplify. For that, another input, amplifier you want to use. If you connect this kind of amplifier directly, what is going to happen?
Sir, this circuit has input impedance as infinite.
No, some Rin is there. I'm not telling that it is infinite and this is.
Sir, if we use Rin, then
Rin
gain will be
low
reduced.
value. Input impedance is low. I'm telling it is low.
So the
And
gain
it is having high. Output impedance is high. And if you connect directly, what is going to happen?
So GM into RD parallel RL. So if the resistance of the output circuit is less, then the gain will be reduced.
Gain will be reduced, and you want higher gain. And
yes, sir.
Why this gain is getting reduced? Little more insight.
So GM into RD parallel RL is the voltage gain of a common source or any common source voltage.
Basically, yes, you are more or less correct. Actually, when this is the amplifier, and you are going to, this signal V out is very precious for you. You don't want to lose it or drop it, right? So if a resistance, high resistance is something like this, I'm drawing once again. This is your R in L, and this is your, say, V out of this first one, and voltage available for amplification by this second one, if it is R out H, it is high value resistance. Okay, this is low value resistance. Then what is the voltage at this node of this second one available? Voltage value Vx is going to be V out into R in L divided by R in L plus R out H. Okay. So voltage available here at the input of the second one is dropped because this is very low value, say in the ohm, say 100 ohm, and suppose this is 100 kilo ohm. So are you able to understand? Voltage actually is not reaching up to this amplifier proper for amplification. The way I was telling that this is a microphone and it is having a RA source resistance. This microphone is having coil inside it. For that it is having resistance. So at this amplifier proper here, suppose it is a kind of what you can think of, say what is that? This is PB. So common base amplifier, common base stage it is, and reaching here, it is having some input impedance that we have discussed earlier. So voltage at this node is reaching is less, means this is very precious, valuable value of voltage. It is very feeble, in this case. So reaching here is less. What is generated? It is not reaching here because of the resistance input impedance of this one and because of the source resistance of this one. Same concept applies here also, but in this two, first stage and the second stage here. Okay, is it understood? What is happening here is for amplification, V out whole value is not available. It is reduced by this combination of this resistor. But if you connect, is it understood up to this point?
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, Harsh already has said these things. Okay, I am just amplifying his wording. Okay. Now, if you otherwise see that such a loss is occurring of this V out, it is not reaching up to this point. If you consider this 100 ohm by 10 kilo ohm, R out H is 10 kilo ohm, then very small amount of because the denominator is very high, isn't it? Vx is going to be very less or not?
yes, sir.
So now,
Yes, sir.
instead of that, if you connect one amplifier like buffer stage, which we are discussing, that source follower. Source follower is having a high input impedance. So, and here output impedance is very low. So the matching is occurring here as well as here. So drastic change is not going to occur, or drastic drop is not going to occur. Is it understood? You are putting a buffer here. This is, say, your source follower. High impedance is here. Its input impedance is Rin is very high, so it is matching with this, and it is having a low output impedance, so it is also matching with this. So the drop of V out is not going to occur. That is the main idea of buffering. Anyway, we have very less time to cover the rest of our syllabus. That's why I suggest you to watch the videos. Have you done that, Ashtipati?
Yes, sir. First two videos.
Last two videos. Well, there are so many videos. You have to finish it up because another 2 lectures is there. I may not be able to cover. Okay. If I have to cover, then I'll go for extra classes. You plan extra classes or go through yourself. Remember that question will be from everywhere. It's not that the point up to which I'm talking is I have given the videos and I am ready for extra classes. So watch the videos. Another 2 lecture may not be sufficient to cover the entire syllabus in the 5th module. So now biasing of source follower is like that of emitter followers of BJT. Here RG establishes the bias, DC bias, and since there is no gate current, the voltage available at the gate is VDD. Do you agree with this or not? Voltage at the gate of M1 is VDD. Note that M1 operates in saturation region. Do you understand this? Why it is saturation region? Because drain and gate are tied together. It is a diode connected. You can think of it as a diode connected because voltage at the gate and drain are same. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us now compute the bias current of the circuit. With a 0 voltage drop across RG, we have VGS plus IDRS equals to VDD. This voltage is VDD. Okay. VD equals to VGS, these 2 point, get to source voltage of M1, and ID multiplied by RS. This is, I think, having no doubt. Neglecting CLM, the current equation in saturation region is this. This is also very well known to us. And then if you write the VGS, value of VGS, you write this thing, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? Anybody?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, an example, design the source follower in this figure for a drain current of 1 milliampere and a voltage gain of 0.8 volt. Sorry, 0.8. No unit. B out by B in. Assume mu n C ox equals to 100 microampere per volt square. VTH is 0.5, lambda 0, VDD 1.8, RG equals to 50 kilo ohm. The unknowns in this, you have to design. So unknown in this are VGS, W by L, and RS. We have to find out this. So how you can do that? That is the question here. So we know these equations. This is known to us from the previous discussion on the slide. Lambda equals to 0, and gain is RS by 1 upon GM plus RS. Okay, this is all known to us. So now see whether you are understanding or not. Okay, if GM is written as this, then the equation 142, 7.142 and 143 do not contain W by L and can be solved to determine VGS and RS with the aid of equation 7.142 142, we write this. AV equals to RS. Is it understood? RS by VGS minus VTS by 2ID plus RS. Is it possible to write? 1 upon GM. It was 1 upon GM here, right? Is it that? Can be written? If not understood, follow me here. Follow this one. 2ID RS equals to VD minus VTS plus IDRS into AB. Is it possible to write? This equation can be written or not? This is the gain of the amplifier.
Sir, isn't VGS VDD minus IDRS?
Think of, if I have written a wrong thing, I'll correct myself. Tell me. See, this equation is equation 7.144 can be written or not? GM is what? GM can be expressed in this form. This you agree, or I should go back, because GM can be expressed in 3 different ways that we have discussed earlier.
Yes,
3-4 different
sir.
ways. One
Yes,
way of writing GM is 2ID by VOV. Yes, I have written earlier that twice ID by VOV. VOV is overdrive voltage, nothing but VGS minus VTS. This I have shown you or not? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
So 1 upon GM is this one or not?
Yes, sir.
If that is the case, then it is nothing but the current, gain, this one. That is equation 7.143. Now see, this can be written as this. Yes or no? See, VGS minus VTS and 2ID RS, and this from the here at the bottom, 2ID is going up and getting multiplied with this one.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Understood? Okay. So same thing. Now 2ID RS divided by VDD minus VTH plus IDRS. So why follow this one? IDRS plus VGS equals to VD we have written earlier, or it is available here also. Is it got?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes, sir. It is understood.
So one of the out of 2 IDRS, one we have taken, okay, and we are writing this thing. VD is the IDRS plus VGS equal. We have written this thing. So now from here we get RS value. RS value equals to VD minus VTS by ID into AV by 2 minus AV. This way can we write? And also here, try to follow this one. This equation, this expression, after all, you are going to get the RS value here as 2867 ohm. Look at, tell me whether you are following me or not.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Shashank, Tripathi.
I have understood, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now not to waste time. Now, further things I have calculated, see whether you are getting or not. See, VGS, we have to find out. 3 parameters is there, W by L, VGS, and other one was what? See, this was the RS. So out of which VGS can be found, and it is obtained as, see, I have continued from here. VGS equals to VD minus IDRS. Then you follow this, you will get,
Yes, sir.
get the
Understood.
0.933. Okay, this is volt. I have not given any unit, of course.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Now it follows from this equation, W by L equals to 107 given by the author. And how it is? I have extended things and derived it. Is it understood? W by L, hello?
Yes, sir.
You can calculate and see, I have calculated many times, but still, if you have any mistake, fine. You can tell that any mistake is there, then I can correct it. Anyway, so if it is understood, I'll go ahead. This equation, this reveals that the bias current of the source follower varies with the supply voltage. To avoid this effect, integrated circuits bias the follower by means of a current source. Here, current source is used instead of R. What was that? RL, because temperature. If temperature change, then there will be change in this value. So because of that, you need a current source which can supply more or less constant current, right? Okay, and this constant current can be realized with a MOSFET here that we have seen that is going to offer RO. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With this, we are ending the study on CD stage, and now we are going to work on cascode stage. Okay. Here, what we understand from what is this is a discussion. This discussion is based on our previous discussion, right? What is this? The current source loads can increase the voltage gain of amplifiers. We also know that a single transistor can operate as a current source, but its output impedance is limited due to the CLM. Means this RO is not really very high, infinite, because of CLM. Okay. How can we increase the output impedance? That is a big question. We need more output, say, resistance, then what we should do. As we have seen so far, the source degeneration boosts the impedance, and we have got this expression earlier. Here it is repeated. Source degeneration in CS stage, we connected a source resistance RH, and this was giving this expression. Okay, observing that RH can be increased to raise the output resistance. Unfortunately, however, the voltage drop across the degeneration resistor also increases proportionately, and then voltage swing at the output will be less. If suppose here voltage, this RS value is very high, and voltage here at the source is very high, then suppose VDD is equal to fixed 1 volt, and it is going to be say 0.8 volt. Is it possible? I mean, due to high value of RH, the swing at the output node is very less. That headroom is not there, much headroom. That is the difficulty by increasing RH. You cannot do that. Is it understood, Shashank?
Yes, sir.
So, how to, increase the resistance, output resistance without facing that kind of problem? Here is the idea. The idea is to replace the degeneration resistor with a MOS current source, as has been shown here, thus presenting a small signal resistance RO2 from X means this node, to ground. This we are aware of. Okay, it is nothing important. Okay. Now, in the source regeneration, same thing, RS, this is corresponding to RS. And you see that the output resistance is boosted up. GMRO, by GMRO it is boosted up. Okay. So what is written here, see that equation, this 9.23 is an extremely important result, implying that the output impedance is proportional to the intrinsic gain of the cascade device. Okay. Intrinsic gain is nothing but GMRO. Okay. Okay, device. Now one example. Design an NMOS cascade for an output impedance. Your target is to increase the output impedance. It is given as 500 kilo ohm and a current of 0.5 ampere. Okay. For a simplicity, assume M1, M2 in this figure are identical, and not necessary that it should be, but it is for simplification, it is assumed. Assume that mu and C aux equals to 100 microampere per volt square and lambda not equals to 0, but it is 0.1 volt inverse. So we must determine W by L for both transistor, okay, of this one as well as this one. That is what the idea. So GM1, RO1, RO2 is 500 kilo ohm. Output impedance is 500 kilo ohm. So since RO1, RO2 is given as 1 upon lambda ID, it gives 20 kilo ohm. We require GM1 equals to this, and hence this can be written. Square root of twice mu and Cx W by L into ID is nothing but GM equals to 1 upon 800. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If not, then you tell. See, RO I have expanded. This RO equals to 1 upon lambda ID, which is nothing but this, and R out equals to GM1, RO1, RO2 equals to 500 kilo ohm.
Sir, can you explain how this using a MOS has current source is better than having RS?
See, this calculation of this equation we have seen here, these equations already we have derived during CS with source regeneration, that is RS. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This was discussed. Okay, now in place of RS, what you are writing? This is what basically a CS
RO2.
amplifier, CS stage
Yes,
with
sir.
RS, with RS. This is nothing but RS. So
Yes, sir.
in place of RS, you are putting RO, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are giving the value. RO2 is nothing but RS in that equation, which is derived earlier. And if you approximate, because GM1 RO2 is much greater than 1, so this term remains here. Okay, then GM1 RO2 RO1 is one term plus RO2. Now this term will be much greater than RO2, so it is approximated as this one. Okay, so see that it is boosted up. Say R out of this one is what? Tell me. If you don't have, if you grounded this one, what is the R out? It is simply RO1 or not?
Yes, sir.
If it is a CS stage and if it is like this, okay, what is the R out here? I mean, R out.
So it
R
will be
out
RO.
looking from here is nothing but it's RO, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
AC resistance RO. Now you have connected RS. If you connect RS here, okay, RS here, then the
It will be
expression
RO2,
of
sir.
R out becomes this. It is RO1, RO2 into GM1. This is the expression you get. Okay, so it is getting multiplied, right, by this thing. isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So it is boosted, huh? Output impedance is boosted. So should I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
So here you understood. See, W by L is going to be 15.6. That is the question. I mean, answer to the question. Okay, is it obtainable?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, then I'll go to the next slide. Now, invoking the alternative view depicted in this figure for the MOS counterpart, we recognize that stacking a MOSFET on top of a current source, this is current source, remember, the current source boosts the impedance by a factor of this, okay, the intrinsic gain of the cascade. So if you cascade it, even more cascading is there. Some example will be there later on. So you study, basic concept starts here, okay. In this figure, this one, elastic PMOS cascade. Instead of NMOS cascade, it is PMOS cascade. This is which see that here is a PMOS. This is also a PMOS. So our outlook in this way will be what? MOS cascade viewed as stack of M1 and M2, which we have already discussed. This is the resistance. I mean, actually RO2 here. And if you have, I mean, stacked one above the other, then actually you get this one. Okay. And now instead of NMOS, both were NMOS. If you use PMOS, so output resistance looking up here at this at the drain of M1. It is drain. Remember that it is source. Drain. It is source. It's a PMOSFET. See the arrow.
Yes, sir.
It is looking up. So PMOS can be also used and during manufacturing a large parasitic resistor RP has appeared in a cascade as shown in the figure. Determine the output resistance. Is it possible to understand? Look at this and tell me. Same concept is nothing new. Should I continue or stop here?
Sir, we have another class now.
Okay, then I'll stop here. And next class on another 2 classes. The next class on 11, isn't it? 11. No, sorry, 8. 8 is Monday. 8, 9 we have the class. So tell me before Saturday. You tell me if you have all seen the videos. Possibly this 2 lecture will be good enough. Otherwise, I'll go for extra class. What you will do? Tell Rajwal. We'll go through the videos.
So don't we have 3 more classes next Wednesday also?
No, next Wednesday is I think holiday. It is marked here in my calendar.
Okay, maybe it is Chhath Puja.
Maybe it is a holiday. If you want to, I mean, take class on holiday, I don't mind. Even if you want on other days, I am not having any problem. You decide.
Okay, sir.
What you decided? Tell me. You are not telling. You are telling say okay only. Want to go for extra classes? You plan it and tell me. Otherwise, watch the videos before Sunday. By Friday, you finish the videos. Okay. So that if you are having some problem or doubts, that can be discussed in the Saturday, Sunday time. Because after that, I have only 2 classes and be very busy also. And time also is going to be ending.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you watch the videos and tell me, give me the feedback? Harsh Tripathi, I want you watch the videos. All of you watch the